Good morning, everyone. We are starting our second week of sailing. It is July, and we are on the island of Lefkada. If you missed the previous video, we spent the first week exploring the beautiful islands north of Lefkada, Paxos and Antipaxos. Today, our friends Marina and Stefano are joining us on board. We welcome our new guests with a hot coffee and a nice breakfast on board. And as soon as we are ready, we set sail to the south. Our final destination will be the island of Zakynthos, with the return planned in 1 week. But for today, the first stop is one of the most beautiful beaches in the area, Assos in the north of Ithaca. Unfortunately, there is no wind today. The sea is as flat as a plate, not even a light breeze. So, we continue with the engine. The trip is about 20 nautical miles. And here we are in a real paradise on earth. This beach is incredible. We have been here many times, and every time we are left breathless. There are always very few boats, and the sea is absolutely amazing. There are white cliffs all around, crystal clear water, and you are almost alone in this wild and beautiful nature. It feels completely peaceful. Now we let you enjoy the view from above. These images speak for themselves. This place will make you fall in love. We went for a walk on land, and it truly looks like a postcard. It feels like somewhere far away, but we are here in Europe, in Greece. It is simply amazing. After the walk, we return to the boat and enjoy a delicious lunch on board, cooking a fresh fish in the oven. The oven is really a great thing to have on board for easy and tasty cooking. We suggest stopping here only for a few hours, between 10 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. The place is not well protected, and in the afternoon, wind and waves may start to grow. This usually happens in July and later, often after 1 or 2 o'clock. So it is best to move to a more protected bay later in the day. But spending 2 or 3 hours here in the morning is really a must. Mark this place on your map for your next sailing trip in this area. Every time we leave this beach, we lose something. The first time, the metal piece that held the rope of the tender broke off. And today, the rope came loose and the tender went off by itself. Luckily, a boat with very kind Italian people saw it and brought it back to us. It seems like this beach just does not want to let us go. In the evening, we decide to sail to Lefkada on the island of Kefalonia, only 5 nautical miles away. After a short trip, we arrive and go ashore, leaving the boat moored with ropes tied to the land. Lefkada is a true gem among the Ionian Islands. It is a small port full of charm, elegant and peaceful, with a very special atmosphere. There are many restaurants and bars, but what we love most is the local shopping. You can find small shops with handmade crafts and many unique pieces of local jewelry. Perfect if you want to bring home something beautiful and original. We walk through the charming little streets, take some nice photos, enjoy a sunset aperitif, and have a romantic dinner. Lefkada is that kind of place where you want to dress nicely, walk slowly, and enjoy every little detail. The next morning, we decide to explore the island of Kefalonia by scooter. We rent a scooter just outside Fiscardo and ride south to visit one of the most amazing beaches on the island. It is called Myrtos Beach. As we explained in previous videos, the beaches on the western side of the island, open to the sea, are often rough and less protected. Still, if you only have 1 week, it is really worth visiting this part of the island. Just stop at a port, rent a scooter or a car, and discover more places from the land. Of course, approaching beaches from the sea is unique. But experiencing the island from the land is also something very special. You ride along steep roads, breathe the smell of pine trees, hear the sound of cicadas, and feel the warmth of the sun heating the forest and the ground. That feeling also has no price. So here is our tip. Spend at least 1 day exploring the island by land. If you do not drive a scooter, use a car. Either way, just look at this beauty. After visiting Myrtos Beach, we go to a small and beautiful village called Assos. It is not well known among sailors because it is a bit off route for the charter boats. Last year, we arrived there by boat and stayed for a couple of nights, and we can tell you it is truly magical. This time we come by land, just to enjoy a lunch there. And yes, it is still absolutely beautiful. You may not see it in the video, but I can promise you, the heat is crazy. The sun is cooking us even in the shade, and our brains are slowly melting. And while I am trying to film something nice, look at these two crazy people, running up and down and not letting me record in peace. But it is fine. At least we have a good laugh and bring some fun to the video. And now we say goodbye to the beautiful pearl of Kefalonia, the village of Assos, with these wonderful images. We return to Fiscardo, just enough time to set our course toward the island of Ithaca. Tonight, we are heading to the village of Chioni, another charming corner of Greece. The distance from Fiscardo to Chioni is about 11 nautical miles. As I always say, every Greek village is beautiful. Each one is a bit different, but in the end, they all feel a little bit the same. And still, each one has its own atmosphere, its own charm, its own character. Same but different, as they say in Thailand. In the evening, we enjoy a delicious dinner in a small taverna right by the water. Fresh fish, soft lights, and the perfect Greek mood. In the morning, we filled the boat's water tank. Even though we were moored stern to the quay and not directly on the dock, there was a small water hose nearby. There was a phone number to call, and someone came in the morning to bring us water. It was very easy and really convenient. We also did a quick check of the galley. We bought a few fresh things, some fruit, vegetables, and something for breakfast. Then we continued our route to the south of Ithaca, heading to Galley Beach. It is a short trip, only about 5 nautical miles. And look at this place, Galley is absolutely beautiful. The water is crystal clear and perfect for a morning swim. We jump in, we laugh, we swim, and we enjoy a light lunch on board. And of course, we cannot resist a challenge. So I, the tiny and fearless Bella, decide to race Stefano, who is tall, strong, and swims like a machine. Clearly an unfair match, but I go for it anyway. I gave it everything I had. He was faster, I know, but I spent an entire year telling everyone I had won. We watched the drone footage about 10,000 times, looking for proof. And in the end, all right, Stefano wins. Well played. we continue our journey south. Today we have a medium-length passage to reach the island of Kefalonia. Luckily, there is a nice breeze, and as always, the wind is our captain. When the sails fill and the boat moves silently, everything else can wait. Sailing is wonderful, peaceful, fun, and loved by everyone on board. You hear only the wind and the waves breaking at the bow. There is a special kind of calm. Ivo suggests a short stop near the small port of Sami on the island of Kefalonia. It is about 10 nautical miles, and once we arrive, we make a toast and prepare a nice dinner on our grill at the stern. This is just a short stop, time to eat and rest. In the early morning, we set sail toward our next destination, the island of Zakynthos. We approach from the north, where the famous blue caves are waiting for us. Look at this beauty. It is a truly magical place. Finally, we have reached the most distant island of our Ionian journey. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Zakynthos. Welcome to the Blue Caves. This is the furthest and most desired island for all the sailors who explore the Ionian Sea and the coast of Greece. Just look at this beauty. We will let the images speak for themselves, because here, words are not needed. In this amazing place, we spent almost the entire afternoon. We had lunch on board, a good Italian pasta with a glass of wine. And then we explored the sea below us. Underwater is absolutely magic. Toward the evening, we decided to move to Agios Nikitas, just under 2 nautical miles away. There, we found a lovely taverna and enjoyed a warm and welcoming Greek dinner. Early the next morning, we set off again.
Ciurma! All'apportaggio!
It was time to visit the highlight of our trip, the most famous place on the island of Zakynthos.
Altresì detto la Baia del Relitto.
And look where we are now. This is Navagio Bay, also known as Shipwreck Beach. It is one of the most iconic beaches in Greece, and maybe even in the world. The bay is surrounded by steep white cliffs, and the water shines with an intense turquoise color. It looks almost unreal. And please remember, what you see in this video is exactly how it looks in real life. There are no filters, no color effects. This is the true beauty of Navagio. In the center of the beach lies the famous shipwreck, an old smuggler boat that ran aground here in the 1980s. Now it rests like a monument, quiet, rusty, and full of mystery. Navagio can only be reached by sea, and it attracts sailors and tourists from all around the world. Some come to take pictures, some to swim, and many just to admire the view. It is a place that truly takes your breath away, a place you will never forget. If you plan to visit Navagio Bay, we recommend coming in the first part of the day, preferably in the morning, until around 1 or 2 o'clock. That is when the sun lights up the entire bay, showing the colors of the cliffs and the water at their best. Also, in the afternoon, waves can start to rise and the wind may become stronger. The bay is very open to the sea, and sometimes it can be difficult to anchor safely. So the earlier you arrive, the better your experience will be. We continue our journey south, along the coast of the island of Zakynthos. A longer passage is waiting for us, around 22 nautical miles. Our next destination is the small island of Cameo, also known as the Turtle Island. We reach the area near Cameo Island at sunset. We anchor in a small bay and enjoy a simple but perfect dinner at a taverna by the sea with a spectacular view. The sunset is breathtaking, and we are all left without words. It is the perfect end to a day full of beauty. Early in the morning, we move less than 2 nautical miles and anchor right in front of the small island of Cameo. The view is truly magical. White linen cloths hang from ropes, gently dancing in the wind over a pebble beach framed by rocks and pine trees. The island even has a small church with over 16 centuries of history. And the best part, the sea turtles. Cameo is one of the top spots in Europe for spotting these beautiful creatures while snorkeling. We were incredibly lucky. We saw several turtles, including one swimming almost beside our boat. We watched it glide slowly in the turquoise water, a pure and unforgettable moment. Right behind Cameo lies a marine protected area of high ecological importance. Boats are allowed to enter only at low speed, and anchoring is strictly forbidden in certain zones to protect turtle habitats. Here is what we did. We stayed drifting silently, engine off, and took turns on snorkeling. We did not anchor and moved slowly to respect the protected area. If you are in this area, you can enjoy the natural beauty, observe marine life, and respect the rules. No anchoring in most zones, slow speed, only keep distance from turtles. Following these rules, you can experience the magic of this park and help protect its wildlife. After this wonderful experience, it was time to begin our return journey, sailing back north. We knew that a long passage was ahead of us, but this was a choice we had made. We preferred to make many stops on the way down, enjoying each moment, and to leave a single long crossing for the way back. We set sail at sunrise, even before the sun had risen. The distance from Zakynthos to the south of island of Ithaca was about 30 nautical miles. Sailing at sunrise is one of those experiences that has no price. It is one of the most magical moments a sailor can live: silence, gentle wind, and the light slowly growing over the horizon. We arrived around lunchtime in the area of paragliding on the island of Ithaca. There, we treated ourselves to a real feast. We cooked a lot, prepared a special lunch, and made a toast to our journey. After lunch, we faced another demanding leg of the trip, with wind blowing over 30 knots. We took 2 reefs in the mainsail, and the crossing was intense, fast, and full of adrenaline. We had so much fun, but we were also very tired. After about 25 nautical miles, we finally reached the island of Meganisi, docking at the port of Spilia, a true must for all sailors in this area. We made a quick visit to the small town of Spartakori, and then ended the day with a peaceful dinner. We were truly tired, but also very happy. Today is the last day of our charter. By this evening, we must return the boat to the port of Lefkada and complete the checkout. But first, we wake up and sail for lunch to Vako, an incredible spot on the mainland that we love to visit before returning to port. We often stop here because it is simply breathtaking. Mark it on your maps, the landscape and the water are truly amazing. On board, we try to finish the last things in the galley. There is not much left, but we still manage to prepare a nice lunch before resuming our route toward Lefkada. Between Vako and Lefkada, in the afternoon, the wind usually picks up and the waves grow a bit. It is the perfect setting for our final hour of sailing, with a good strong breeze and full sails. If you only have 1 week for sailing, reaching Zakynthos from Lefkada is possible. But be prepared, it is a long route and the return can be tiring and demanding. If you plan your holiday in this area and you want to visit Lefkada, Ithaca, Meganisi, Kefalonia, and reach Zakynthos, our suggestion is to plan for 2 weeks. That way, you can enjoy shorter distances and truly experience each island on the way down and on the way back. For us, this is the last day of charter, but we are staying a bit longer on the island of Lefkada to enjoy this Mediterranean wonder a little more. Stay with us for a few more minutes. We will show you some spectacular places that you will want to save on your maps. Because what is coming now is something you truly should not miss. We have arrived on the island, and for the next 3 days we are staying in Agios Nikitas. It is a lovely little village, with one main street that leads all the way to the sea. We chose this part of the island because it faces the sunset, has the most beautiful beaches, and it is easy to explore the area by scooter. This morning, we take a walk through the village. From here, you can reach a beach called Secret Beach. But today, the sea is too rough, so it is not safe to go there. Instead, we take a hike over the hill and arrive at Milos Beach. And just look at this place, it is simply stunning. If you do not want to hike, there is a small boat that can take you from Agios Nikitas to Milos Beach for just €5. We decided to hike there and take the boat back. And now we take you to a place that is absolutely magical. We found it by chance, and it truly blew our minds. It is located high in the mountains, above Milos Beach, and it is called Flying. This place is both a takeoff point for paragliding and a fantastic lounge bar, perfect for an unforgettable sunset aperitif. Just look at this view. We are sitting right at the paragliding launch zone, watching the sky turn gold. If you are adventurous, you can book a sunset flight or even a morning flight, landing directly on the beach we visited earlier. And after that, you can enjoy a beautiful dinner, still floating in the air, with one of the best views on the island. This is a place we highly recommend. Save it for your next trip. This morning, after a beautiful Greek breakfast served on a terrace with an amazing sea view, we take the scooter and head to Porto Katsiki in the south of Lefkada Island. And just look at this place. It is absolutely breathtaking. This island is truly magical. There are no filters, no color correction. What you see in these images is exactly how it looks in real life. The sea, the cliffs, the sky, everything fills your eyes and your soul. Porto Katsiki is one of the most famous beaches in Greece. Its high white cliffs and turquoise water create a picture-perfect scene. To reach it, you walk down a staircase carved into the rock, step by step into paradise. After 2 weeks of sailing and exploring, we realized something special. Every place we visited was more beautiful than the last. If you ask me to choose the most beautiful one, I simply cannot, and Ivo agrees.
Amore? Allora qual è la spiaggia più bella che abbiamo visto?
Katsiki, Milos, Myrtos, Ithaca, tutte belle.
Each place is different. Each one has its own character, its own charm. What matters is to travel, see the world with your own eyes, explore, feel, and be amazed. Life is short, so fill it with beauty, joy, and the unforgettable adventures this world has to offer. And so, we end our journey with a golden sunset in a magical place called Ament. A perfect goodbye to 2 unforgettable weeks of sailing and discovery. If our video touched you in any way, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. It costs you nothing, but it truly helps to grow our channel and creates more videos. Leave a comment, ask your questions. We love hearing from you, and we are happy to share all the tips and places we have discovered. Travel more, love more, live fully, because this life, it really is worth it.